Hello, so let's move to the next phase of our class. So today, let me just write the topic here. Um, I'll just write the topic. So today we are going to iterations, array iteration, like want to go through the elements. So that's what we are going to study today. So let me just write it. Iteration through NumPy array. Okay. So that's what we want to do today. Okay. Now, we are going to proceed right now. So, what is the meaning of iteration? That is what the question you're going to ask me. What is the meaning of iteration? So, it means just going through the elements. Let me just say the elements of an array or the elements. So, going through the element of an array one by one. Let me just say one by one. So, it's going through the element of an array one by one. For instance, let's just take an example. Let me call it array one. Yeah, ARR1. So let's say NPy. Understand we have not even imported NumPy. So let me import NumPy now. Import NumPy as NP. So let's take it down. ARR1 equals to NP dot what? Array. So it's an array. So passing. For now, I want to do one dimension. Let's look at one dimension first. So let's say 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 up to 7, 8. Okay. So want to look through this array one by one. So how do you go through it? So let me even show another cell. So if I want to go through it one by one, I'll just use the for. You know, the for is also used in list in Python, normal list in Python. So it's the same thing you're going to do here. Let's say for x or I, if you like, you can use I. For I in ARR1, then you print I. I'll say print I. Okay. So you can go through it one by one like that. So I is what is used to represent each of the elements. So to go through, let each of the elements be equals to I, for instance, then you start to print I one by one like that. Okay. So if you run it now, you're going to see that it's giving you 2, 3, 4. And you can even perform operations on it. You can say, okay, let me double each of the elements times 2 as you are going through it. So that is for one dimension. Can we look at two dimension right now? Let me just do even number and odd number. Let me call this one a arrow 2 dimension. So let me say np dot a arrow array. So this is going to take 2 dimension, which is let me just say 1, 3, 5, 7, 9. Then the other one is the second, the second part of the list, which is it's a 2 dimension. So let me just say 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. Okay. So they are equal. They should be equal because it's 2 dimensions. So now, to look through, you say 4. You see how it's going to take it. Now I want to look at the difference. For let me still use I. For I in what? A arrow 2 print what? Print I. So you're going to see it now, so you don't get confused. So print I now. Oh, sorry. There's something I'm doing wrongly. A arrow 2. Hope there's no problem there. Okay. Oh, sorry. It's 2 dimensions. Sorry. So you have something like this. It's supposed to be 2 dimensions. So put it. So let me run it now. So you see now. So it's going to look through it like row by row, second row. So, but you can still look through all the elements. But this one is looking the element inside. There are 2 array inside. That is the meaning of these 2 block of items or element there block. So this one, this 2. So you look through it twice. But if you want to look through it again, you just do like this. Like if it's like this now, for let's say 4. Instead of saying for I in arrow 2, you see you also loop through, because this one is to loop through the rows, the entire 2 block. Then I want to loop through again inside the each of the block. Say for let me just say x in I represents each of the rows, so I want to loop through I again. Array 2 is it represents the entire blocks, the entire collections. Then I is each of the row, then x is each of the element in each of the row. Okay, so I'll run it now. Say print x now. So let's see what it gives us. So you can see now I can run through all of them right like that. So that is very, very key. Just understand it that way. Maybe we have to look at 3 dimensions so that we just get it. 3 dimensions, which is going to be our last one now. So let me just say, let me just take a arrow 3 equals to mp dot array. So it's going to be inside this, let me just say 1, 3, 5, 7, 9. Then the other one, let's take it as even number 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. So let me take the other one as let me take it as I think, let me just make it 4, let me just say 3, 6, 9, 12, 12, 15. I think there are several elements there. So this one is not complete. The 3 dimensions not complete. So let me just put this thing here. I think it should be 3. Yeah, 3 dimensions. Okay, I think it's correct. Yeah. Okay, so that is 3 dimensions. That's how 3 dimension is. You understand? So I think, no, I thought it before. This, the 3 dimension is something like this. I think it's 2 dimensions plus one other stuff there. So 3 dimensions supposed to be something like this. 2 dimensions like this. Okay. Then after everything, you now have other stuff behind it. Okay. So let me do another one. So I think 4. Let me make it 4 here now. 4. Let me do that at 4. 4, 4, 8. 4, 8 what? 12, 16, and 20. It's 5 elements I'm doing inside. So I think this is 3 dimensional. Yeah, 3 dimension. I'm sure this 3 dimensional probably. Okay. Let me just run it now. Let me see. So that we know that we are correct. Here arrow 3. If you run it, let's see what it's gonna give me. Oh, sorry. There is an error. Okay, it's supposed to be stuff here like this. Okay, to go. Yeah, 3 dimension. So let me, if you even check now, say a arrow 3 dot the type. Let me see the type. Let me see. So okay, this stuff dime. Let me show. So this arrow 3 dot n dime. So let's check n dime. So it's sure that it's 3 dimension. Okay. Now let's say arrow 3. So let's look through now for I in what a arrow 3 print. You see, it's going to loop through each of the stuff, but do not go through all of them exactly. So let me make this one a. Let me just say for a in this print a. So let's see what it's going to give us. We have not entering each of the element yet. So you see that what it's giving us. So let's say, okay, let's do it again like this for a in arrow 3. Okay. For b in a, you will have to look through 3 times, but let me look through 2 times and see what it's going to give me again. You see, print b. So but we have not entered each of them. So you see, now it's now looping through each row, all of them like that. But each of the element, now you can now move it further. Let me just copy this one and put it there. So so I'll look through again and say for c in what b, print c. So you see now, so I'm able to look through each of them t20. So that is it. So you can go through that. Looping through is also called iteration. So you iterate through the elements, and then you can do a lot of stuff from that. So let me stop here for now, and then we look forward to the next class.